Welcome back to my YouTube channel where we explore the fascinating world of coins, rare treasures, and valuable history. Today, we journey into the story of the 1968 Jefferson Nickel, a coin that might seem ordinary at first glance, but carries a deep legacy of American culture, design transition, and numismatic significance. The Jefferson Nickel, first minted in 1938, replaced the Buffalo nickel and was created to honor the third president of the United States, Thomas Jefferson, a founding father whose influence on the early American Republic was profound in every possible way. The design of the Jefferson nickel was originally crafted by Felix Schlag, a German-born American sculptor whose vision of the coin captured the spirit of American neoclassical architecture by featuring a left-facing profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Jefferson's iconic Virginia estate, Monticello, on the reverse. The Jefferson nickel became a staple of American coinage for decades. Through war and peace, through economic booms and downturns, the coin remained a constant presence in the pockets of millions. Now we turn our attention specifically to the year 1968, a time of great change not only in American society, but also in the U.S. Mint itself, the 1960s were a decade marked by civil rights movements, space exploration, the Vietnam War, and major changes in U.S. monetary policy. Following the Coinage Act of 1965, the United States transitioned away from silver coinage in many denominations, while the Jefferson nickel continued to be struck in a copper-nickel alloy. As it had been since 1946, it was still subject to changes in minting technology and production methods. The year 1968 was particularly notable for the reintroduction of mint marks, which had been removed from coins between 1965 and 1967 to prevent coin hoarding during a time of economic uncertainty. In 1968, the U.S. Mint resumed the use of mint marks on coins and for the first time began striking proof coins at the San Francisco Mint rather than Philadelphia. The 1968 Jefferson Nickel was struck at three mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The regular circulation strikes came from the Denver Mint, which bears the D mint mark, while San Francisco produced proof coins with the S mint mark, and no nickels were struck for circulation. At the Philadelphia Mint that year, this year is important for collectors because it represents the first year since 1964 where mint marks reappeared, and also because the San Francisco Mint proof nickels from 1968 were among the first to be struck with modernized equipment that improved the quality and finish of the coins. Let us take a deeper look at the design details of the 1968 Jefferson Nickel. The obverse features a left-facing bust of Jefferson based on a Rembrandt Peale portrait. The inscription, "In God We Trust," appears to the left of Jefferson's portrait, while liberty and the date, 1968, appear to the right. The edge of the coin is plain with no reading, and the coin has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters and weighs 5 grams. The reverse of the coin shows Monticello Jefferson's plantation, home in Virginia, with the word Monticello directly below the image. E pluribus unum curves around the top, and United States of America. 5 cents appears at the bottom. This design remained largely unchanged until a major redesign in the early 2000s. But in 1968, the design was still very much Felix Schlag's original vision. Numismatically, the 1968 Jefferson Nickel holds interest not only because of its historical context, but also due to its mintage figures and the quality of surviving examples. The Denver Mint struck over 91 million of these nickels, making them relatively common in circulation. However, finding high-grade examples with full steps on Monticello can be more challenging. Coins that show 5 or 6 distinct steps at the base of Monticello are highly desirable among collectors, especially in grades MS65 and above. These full-step nickels command significant premiums because they reflect a sharp and well-executed strike, which was not always easy to achieve due to worn dies or inconsistent pressure during minting. The San Francisco proof coins from 1968 also play an important role in the story of the Jefferson Nickel. Proof coins are struck using specially prepared dies and planchets, which result in coins with mirror-like surfaces and sharp details. The 1968 proof Jefferson Nickels were included in the annual proof sets issued by the Mint, and these coins exhibit a brilliant finish that appeals to both casual collectors and serious numismatists. The San Francisco Mint struck over 3 million proof nickels in 1968, making them relatively accessible but high-grade examples free from haze. Spots or scratches are always sought after by enthusiasts. The broader context of the late 1960s also influences the story of the 1968 Jefferson Nickel. The decade had seen a massive coin shortage, prompting the Mint to increase production and experiment with different techniques. The return of mint marks in 1968 was met with approval from the numismatic community and marked the end of a controversial period in U.S. coin history. Collectors, who had seen their beloved mint marks vanish from coins for 3 years, were now reinvigorated, and the 1968D and 1968S nickels became part of a new era of modern coin collecting. During this time, coin grading became more standardized, and third-party grading services began to emerge, offering a more consistent way to evaluate and value coins like the Jefferson Nickel. In terms of varieties and errors, the 1968 Jefferson Nickel does not have as many dramatic die varieties as some other dates, but there are still a number of minor die clashes, double dies, and planchet errors that can be found by those who look closely. Examples of 1968 nickels with repunched mint marks or doubling on the lettering have been documented and are always exciting discoveries for collectors and error enthusiasts alike. Additionally, the coin's long lifespan in circulation has resulted in many examples with heavy wear corrosion or discoloration, making it a challenge to find coins in pristine condition over 50 years after their production. As we explore the impact of the Jefferson Nickel, we must consider its cultural significance. Thomas Jefferson was not only a president, but also a statesman, diplomat, philosopher, and architect. His role in drafting the Declaration of Independence and his vision for a democratic America left an indelible mark on the nation. By placing Jefferson on the 5-cent coin, the United States celebrated his legacy and ensured that future generations would continue to encounter and learn about this pivotal figure in American history. The 1968 Jefferson Nickel, therefore, represents more than just 5 cents of purchasing power. It stands as a monument to a man whose ideas helped shape a nation, and as a product of a mint system undergoing modernization and evolution. For over 80 years, the Jefferson Nickel has been a silent witness to the American story, carried in lunchboxes, traded at vending machines, saved in piggy banks, and treasured by collectors across generations. Its story in 1968 is one of transition, resilience, and enduring legacy. As we continue our exploration, we will delve into the technical processes behind the minting of the 1968 Jefferson Nickel, including die creation, planchet, preparation, quality control, and distribution practices. We will also examine how these nickels fit into the broader patterns of 20th century U.S. coinage and what they tell us about coinage, and what they tell us about changes in American culture, economy, and government policy, from coin shortages to the rise of numismatic interest, from the reintroduction of mint marks to the legacy of Felix Schlag's design. The 1968 Jefferson Nickel offers a rich tapestry of stories to uncover and understand, so sit back, relax, and enjoy this deep dive into one of America's most enduring coin designs.